Hello everyone. Today we compare ChatGPT 5.5 and ChatGPT 5.4 and keep it practical. The real question is not which model is newer. It is which one should you reach for when work matters. Think of them as two tools on the same workbench. GPT 5.4 is the reliable professional drill. Strong, familiar, and good enough for serious work. GPT 5.5 is the heavier contractor grade tool. It costs more, but on messy work it can save you from redoing the job. So the decision is about the job in front of you. Start with what changed. OpenAI positioned GPT 5.4 as a frontier model for professional work. Reasoning, coding, tool use, computer use, and long context. GPT 5.5 builds on that foundation, but aims at harder work. Coding, research, documents, software use, and workflows that span many steps. In plain English, GPT 5.4 is already professional. GPT 5.5 is meant to act less like an answer box and more like a persistent worker at the bench. Now the numbers matter. OpenAI's release data shows GPT 5.5 beating GPT 5.4 on several work benchmarks. Terminal Bench 2.0, 82.7% versus 75.1%. GDP Val, 84.9% versus 83.0%. OS World Verified, 78.7% versus 75.0%. Browse Comp, 84.4 versus 82.7%. These numbers matter, but they do not mean every person on every task will feel a dramatic jump. This is where people get confused. Ask both models a short question, and the difference may feel small. The workbench is not being tested very hard. For a quick rewrite, simple explanation, or a brainstorm, GPT 5.4 may already be enough, but if the model must inspect code, plan a workflow, use tools, recover from errors, compare documents, or hold a messy business problem in view, GPT 5.5 has room to show why it exists. The heavier tool makes sense when the wood is uneven, and the job cannot fall apart halfway through. Now talk about cost, because this is the loudest debate. In the API, GPT 5.5 is $5 per million input tokens and $30 per million output tokens. GPT 5.4 is $2.50 per million input tokens and $15 per million output tokens. If both models use the same token count, GPT 5.5 costs about twice as much. That is the sticker price. Sticker price is not always job price. Here's a simple example. Imagine a team runs 100 workflows in a month. Each one uses 50,000 input tokens and 10,000 output tokens. At the same token shape, GPT 5.4 would cost about $27.50. GPT 5.5 would cost about $55. But if GPT 5.5 avoids failed attempts, uses fewer reasoning loops, or finishes with less back and forth, the cost per completed job can shrink. The right question is not which token is cheaper. It is which finished job is cheaper. So when should you choose GPT 5.4? Choose GPT 5.4 when the task is clear, repeatable, and cost sensitive. Support drafts, research summaries, everyday writing, moderate coding, internal assistance, routine document work. If the job is drilling a clean hole into softwood, the reliable drill is the right tool. You do not need the most expensive tool just because it is newer. And when should you choose GPT 5.5? Choose GPT 5.5 when failure is expensive. Complex coding, large refactors, multi-file debugging, deep research, data analysis, long documents, agent workflows that need planning, tool use, and verification. If the model must understand the shape of a system, not just answer a question, GPT 5.5 is the stronger choice. That is the contractor grade moment. Harder material, tighter tolerances, fewer chances to start over. There is also a ChatGPT angle. In ChatGPT, GPT 5.5 thinking is designed for harder tasks, with streamlined outputs and better tracking of what it has already done. GPT 5.5 Pro is the highest capability option for the hardest questions and long workflows. But the same rule applies. For everyday learning, writing, or quick help, you may not need premium every time. Here's the decision framework. Use GPT 5.4 by default when work is clear, stakes are moderate, and volume matters. Upgrade to GPT 5.5 when the task is ambiguous, multi-step, tool-heavy, or expensive to get wrong. Use GPT 5.5 Pro when the answer needs maximum care. Legal-style synthesis, deep technical review, research planning, or high-value business analysis. If you are building a product, route by task. Do not make one model carry every job. So the simplest answer is this. GPT 5.5 is better. GPT 5.4 is still the more economical professional default. One is not the replacement for every use case. It is the tool you pick when the job is heavy enough. The future of AI work is not just choosing the smartest model, It is building the workbench, routing, evaluation, context, tools, and judgment. If this helped you choose the right model, subscribe for more plain English breakdowns of AI tools and the business choices behind them. And before your next project, ask one question. Am I paying for a better token or a better finished job?